No, Dame will be a year older. Middleton will be a year older. There's just something this team is missing. And they're missing a defensive identity, which they lost when Drew Holiday departed.
You got that right.
You know, and so as constructed, they'll be better. You know, you get Doc, he gets to run a training camp with him. You get, you know, to get his coaching staff in line. You can put your system in place. They'll be better. You know, I didn't think they should have fired Adrian Griffin in the middle of the season anyway, because it's difficult for a coach to come in the middle of a season. I mean, the only recent memory I have of somebody actually really coming in mid-season with a good team. You got to understand, the Bucks were like 31-14.
Yeah.
In second place when Doc took over. I mean, the only one that's done that is Ty Lue when he took over for David Blatt in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And they ended up winning the championship, but it's hard to really implement a system. So,
but Ty was on the bench, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't on the bench?
No. I don't think so. Wait.
I think was he on that bench?
I think he was. Maybe.
I think he was on the bench.
But he took over as head coach.
Yeah, but he was still there.
Yeah, absolutely. He was there. But I think, you know, you give Doc time. But as constructed, I don't think this team can compete with the likes of the Boston Celtics. Who knows what Philly's going to do next year. A healthy Knicks team, I'm not so sure they can be better than, but they'll be damn good. But they need to make some moves to try to get that defensive identity back that they had a few years ago when they had Drew Holiday, but they will be better.
Yeah, look, there's some tweaks that need to be made. Doc Rivers came to this team. They were winning, like you said, they were 31-15, whatever that number is. The man coached 36 regular season games. He came off of wearing a television headset calling games. To go to a team that had already a system in place, an understanding of what they... So it's confusing. It's almost like in Philadelphia Eagles, they switched defensive coordinators in the middle of the year.
True.
You cannot expect Doc Rivers, who's not in the building. This is not Pat Riley coming down to the floor with Shaq and D. Wade from the top, relieving Van Gundy of his duties and winning the... He's in the building. He knows what they're doing. He's having conversations every single day. This isn't Ty Lue taking over. He's in the building. So when you're in these situations, like Doc, I think next year, though, you get... Chris Middleton's will be a year older, but he's not in his 39th year.
Saying they slowing down, I believe.
No, I don't think... I think injuries got a hold of them. The replay... Because what if they never made any change at all at the coaching position? They were above 500 by a mile.
30-13, yeah.
30-13.
Yeah, 17 games over 500.
So
for sure.
all of a sudden, you make a change, and it changes everything. You disrupted whatever little bit of chemistry that was there.
I'm pretty sure that was all about Giannis saying
It might have been, but did you... And I love Doc. He played for him, I know him.
I know him.
Did you need to make that change, though?
Not in the mid-season.
No, but did you need to make the change? Probably not. But now, because what you did is you put Doc in a bad spot. And on top of that, he's trying to implement his own stuff. He got coaches on the bench that he ain't never coached with before. He's trying to get them to teach whatever it is he needs to teach. And on top of that, you get to the playoffs. Your main star is not available to you in Giannis. Your other star is basically playing a third of the series. You're not going, like Doc said, if you take the two best players off of any of these teams that's in the playoffs, you ain't got a chance. No, you just don't. And that's what he was up against.
Okay. This is just me. I didn't love this team going in with Adrian Griffin. I didn't care who the coach was. But for whatever reason, Dame never got happy there. He never got comfortable in Milwaukee. He loved it in Portland. His family stayed in Portland, and he readily admitted the whole year it's just hard here because the weather's kind of dreary and it's cold, and I'm not used to it.
He also, Skip, to be fair to Dame, he also is dealing with personal family issues in his own private life. And that's a very difficult thing.
Very difficult.
When you play,
I agree.
When you playing a sport and you going through what he's going through, I've been there and done it.
Yeah.
That is not fun.
Yeah. He shot 35% from three, maybe because of all of the above. But that's not Dame, because that ranked 124th of 154. So he's way better than that. But Giannis is way better than that on the defensive end because in 2020, Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year. And he finished the regular season ranked 61st in defensive win shares, individual. So that's horrendous fall off, where your whole defensive identity felt like it went out the door with Drew Holiday.
Yep.
And Giannis wasn't buying into however they were playing defense, so he said, we got to get a new way. We got to get a new approach, a new system. And I don't know that Doc was exactly right because it didn't detonate under Doc. It went south. They were 17 and 19 down the stretch. And I'm going to remind everybody that Indiana team kicked them 4 times. They beat them 4 out of 5 times, and Giannis played in all 5 of those games, and Dame played in 4 of them. So this wasn't unusual what was happening, even though there was no Giannis in the playoff series. But Indiana beat them by 2 in the first game, then 9, 9, and 12. So they were beating them pretty handily. Yeah. So it was a bad matchup because Indiana, as Paul always said, they pushed the pace like crazy, and Giannis couldn't keep up. He couldn't get down the full. They were beating him to the punch before he could get set up on defense. So maybe that was just a bad draw for them in the first round without Giannis. But I didn't love the team going in to this year. Yeah. So I don't know about next year because you better shake it up some. And you better
they need to make some moves. Yeah. They need to make a move. They need to get another athlete. I think they need, like when I look at the perimeter, you got Pat McConaughey. Mm-hmm. I mean,
and you got Middleton and Porter. On the perimeter, Porter's
a power forward.
Yeah.
But they need to get more athletic.
Malik Beasley.
Beasley, he's short, but he's a shooter.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get more athletic on the perimeter. If you're going to keep up with the likes of like a Jason Tatum and a Jaylen Brown and some of these other teams that got athletes and Unobia on the wing, they need an athlete like that. And I just think you're putting too much pressure on Lillard. You know, he has to score. I feel like Lillard is back in the same situation.
Yes, he's like back in Portland.
He's got to score 30 for them to win.
Without Giannis.
Yeah, no, but even with Giannis, it wasn't panning out like what everybody thought it was going to be. You know, he had to be a guy that scored 30 for them to win. With Giannis, they both had to get 30.
But you don't think that they have to figure out, just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. The Clippers had to figure it out. The Suns got to figure it out.
On paper, you look and you see, okay, Middleton showed me something a little this postseason. Mm-hmm. You know, if he can come back and be healthy and give some of the things he gave this postseason, Dame can be healthy. And Giannis, maybe they got something. But to me, I just, like I said, they're missing that defensive identity.
Yeah.
And it's just, teams are just walking through them. They're just running the ball up, laying the ball up. Giannis isn't the same defensive player he used to be, nor is Brook Lopez. Mm. And when you look at it on paper, they look like two of the most intimidating front line defensively you could probably have in the NBA. Yeah. It's just that they've taken a step back and the effort's not there. And I don't know. No. And then this goes to show you the impact Drew Holiday had on this team. So they got to go and find that this offseason.
But could that effort be that Giannis didn't want to, as everybody say, Giannis didn't want the other coach there, and then now Doc comes in and they all still trying to learn what they want to do
defensively. New defensive system.
Yeah, so
it could be a combination of those things. It could be. Who knows?
Yeah. So Doc loves Pat Bev. I love Pat Bev. But at times he's more trouble than he's worth because last night you just can't.
He's in the wrong.
It depends what the heckle was.
It depends on what that's what I said. I don't know. I haven't heard. Yeah. All I'm looking at is a video of him throwing the ball. Pat Bev hadn't come out and said, they said this.
He was asked about it after the game and no commented.
Exactly. He hadn't said anything. So all I know is that he wrong for that.
Yeah.
He's dead ass wrong unless that person says something that warranted a ball being thrown at him.
I understand, but anything you throw up into the stands, the liability issues.
Oh, yeah. Right now, I'm going to lay down.
Well,
I'm gonna lay.
You would have laid down right there.
Man, I'm about to lay down. Yeah. They gonna have to bring out the famous
wheelchair.
The wheelchair. Yeah. They gonna have to bring out the wheelchair for me. I'm gonna lay down.
Hey, y'all remember? No, look, y'all remember when Robin kicked the cameraman?
Yeah, lay down.
He's just like
he's out.
Passed out.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down.
He just passed out.
If he did that to me as a fan, I'm gonna lay down. I'm getting ready to get. I'm gonna lay down.
He just passed out. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I believe it was against the Lakers.
He looked at him.
I'm thinking, right?
And then he just...
Yeah. There's a black dude underneath the Lakers. Yeah, And he got paid too.
I wish we had that clip.
You know, Pat, that's a bad look for him. That's my guy too. Just a bad look. So I'm hoping, as I always say, that to a degree, retaliation was justified. That's what I'm hoping.
I hear you. I agree.
And if it wasn't, Adam Silver gonna hand him down one nice.
That's gonna be a hefty little fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down though.
Thank goodness the season over.
Okay, so gut feeling is Pat Bev a Buck next year.
Pat Bev a Buck next year.
I think he might be a free agent though.
Well, I'm just saying, would they bring him back?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
call.
Doc loves him.
He
So
loves him.
I mean, if you can get him at the right price, like the vet minimum, then I see it. But if not, then he'd probably be gone. I mean, he's at the point in this stage to where you start to become this journeyman, and you go to a team to where you think you could kind of win a championship. If you're getting this price over here and you're getting the same price over here, he can pretty much choose where you want to be.
He brings Westbrook's energy, but he's different than Westbrook because he just irritates and just picks at you and tries to get.
No, he is like a little irritated. I like it though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay down.
That's what you would have did.
Man, I'm gonna lay down, man.
All right. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.